Well, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the panel as the one and only Bridgeman, and the legend is my mate Fox. Evening, gents.
Good evening.
Oh, can I say a big good evening to you guys in the panel? Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby, and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening, and welcome to Rangers Radio.
How we doing, Bridge?
I'm doing excellent, pal. Excellent. Apart from I just heard the voice told us, I thought it was 2 each the last time I'd heard, you know?
No, it's not quite ended up that. Fox,
yeah,
have you got a report for people who haven't managed to catch any of it?
Well, I've no time to put a wee report together, mate. It's only finished about a minute or two ago.
Aye.
But we were getting beat 2-0 and at half-time. Came back into the game in the second half with two great goals for Middleton. And unfortunately, in the last couple of seconds of the game, they scored to make it 3-2.
Right.
So, we played well enough, Fox.
Right. Chances to win it, Fox? I've never seen any.
We had a chance. Middleton had a free kick about a couple of minutes to go. Keeper parried it out, and the ball never fell to the big number 6. I can't remember the boy's name off of hon, and the ball just never bounced correctly for him, and he couldn't get to it to get a shot, and that would have finished the game. Just unlucky.
I'm reading it was a wonder strike, the second one, to make it 2 each.
Oh, a goal fit enough to win any game, that was. He hadn't done much in the game, Middleton, to be fair, and he produced 2 bits of magic, mate, to score 2 really cracking goals. One for the left-hand side and the other for a free kick. It was absolutely superb. But I thought, the piece, there wasn't much in the game. I thought we were the better passing team. But they took their couple of chances in the first half well and went in 2-0 up at half-time, as I said. But overall, it could have went either way. Unfortunately, it went to them, mate.
Who's Sean for you, mate?
Oh, God. The captain, Cammy Palmer, I thought he had a good first half. Never stopped running, tackling, winning the ball. Jamie Burjonas crashed the ball against the bar in the first half with a great strike. The boy McPake, who had done so well in the other underage game, just didn't seem to step up to this higher level for me. Was never in the game, and he eventually got replaced by Madubi. But all in all, Finlayson at right back had a solid game. I thought Palmer, as I say, Kelly was very good out throughout the game. Wasn't many chances for Andy Dallas, but just one of the things, mate. Honestly, it was a good wee watch just before we came on air anyway.
All right, thanks for that, Fox. And obviously, been a lot of people watching it. If they think there's any talent there, it should be pushing forward to the first team going forward. It'll be interesting to hear from them, Bridge.
Absolutely. Can phone us on 0141 356 1972.
Or join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, where you'll be brought into the call by the one and only Old School Blue, who behind the scenes working very hard, sorting out all our technical issues. I don't know if he's got his glamorous assistants with him tonight. I don't know.
Assistants?
Oh, he's a man of many talents, is our Old School.
He's got a choice of 2, mate. He's one of the lucky people. Yeah. One's his lovely daughter, and his other one's a personal friend.
A personal friend.
I think it's a friend with benefits, they call it now.
No, don't be starting with all that rubbish now.
What he's like.
The wonderful Tanya.
I can't comment, Fox, but move on. Poor Old School. I think he sent us a message. I don't know if it's a rude message or...
No, it was a good one.
All right.
I had my 2 glamorous assistants, but they've buggered off after the game was finished there, Broxy and Hoot, you know.
Fine looking young men, they 2.
Yeah, indeed.
Fine looking young men. Anyway, we've moved on. We're starting to slowly build up to another game in Sunday, Bridge. But the feel-good factor with this 4 games we've won, it's not just the winning, it's the way we've won, Bridge.
Oh, yes, most assuredly. We've played some super stuff. I think Sunday rather was. I thought we were excellent. I really do think we were outstanding, and all the games leading up to that, we've played really good football and been very effective. Midfield have been superb for us, and strangely enough, that's the 4 games that covered the sort of Morelos absence. So, and even young Ryan Kent out for 2 of them. So 2 of our most assuredly better players throughout the season for us were missing during those 4 games, and we've scored what 11 goals, lost 1. Incredible, just brilliant, and all good goals too. I'm really happy with that.
I think we won again on Sunday, Fox. I'm very confident we keep up this good run. We seem to have stumbled on a formation that gives the other teams problems in the central of the defence. You with us, Fox?
I am indeed, mate. I would agree. Stumbled on probably a formation, but it's basically the 4-3-3, and we use different variations of that. You know, I mean, I thought in the weekend it was more like a 4 and a kind of diamond to the 4 midfielders: Arfield, Davis, Kamara, and Jack. And we had Ryan Kent and Defoe mirror up front, but we change that about sometimes, and it's 4-2-3-1, or we can do 4-3-3 itself. So we vary on the basic setup of 4-3-3. We do change it within the game as well, and we seem to have come on to hitting the right tactic at the right time against teams. And as Bridge rightly said, 11 goals for, 1 against. It's a good return at the last few games.
That's away to Hearts, away to Motherwell. Always tricky games for us, Bridge. Obviously Aberdeen at home and Hearts at home. So it's not been the easiest games in our calendar, you know.
Well, I think the last of the last 4, the first one we played without Morelos, we had Ryan Kent playing, and we played Hearts and leathered them 3-0 at Ibrox. Then we went to Motherwell, leathered them. Then we went to Hearts, leathered them. And those 2 games one of those games was without 2 of those games without Ryan Kent, and then we came back to Ibrox, and we got Ryan Kent back, and we beat Aberdeen. So I think Mr. Gerrard.
We leathered Aberdeen as well, Bridge. Yeah?
I think so. Football-wise, yeah, most assuredly, absolutely leathered them. But I think against the other 3 teams, the other 3 games, Hearts and Motherwell, we absolutely leathered them and showed it in the number of goals from not the penalties, but I think Aberdeen, we just completely outplayed them. We outclassed them in every position on the park and everywhere in the park. Incredible stuff. Just wonderful to watch for a Rangers fan. And you know, what can I say? There's going to be some shit flying about, most assuredly, because of the way Aberdeen complain, and I'm sure that something will come up in the papers to say certain things. With some of these crap pundits we've got, and I'm sure there's some spies in there are reporting us for whatever reason. I shouldn't bring it up.
All right, well, we'll see what it takes us. One of the things it's the movement up front, Fox, and when Morelos is playing, he's up against people where Defoe's playing on their shoulder and trying to move them. It's different kinds of centre forward play. But Defoe has surprised me in the last 4 games. I didn't think he had that in him. What we saw so far, I've been really surprised, Fox, if I'm being honest.
Well, he's a top-class player and has been all his professional life, mate. He knows when to pull left or pull right and come away from the centre defenders, whereas Morelos was getting the ball fed to him, surrounded with defenders. That's a wee the difference is as well now that our midfielders got up quickly to support Defoe, and although Kent just came back there at the weekend, didn't have the greatest of games, but it's certainly working for us. You know, the midfielders are doing well.
All right, we'll get our first caller this evening. He's joined us. I've not heard him since the weekend. Evening, Blue Star.
Evening Oxchair, evening Fox, evening Bridge, evening
Blue Star.
guys.
How are we doing, mate? All right?
Not bad. Yesterday had a bit of a downer.
Oh, what happened, mate?
Running a bit daft at a funeral and
All
got
right.
another one on Wednesday, so
All right.
bit,
Well, see,
bit of
I've
a
got
hard
one.
time at the now.
I've got one on Friday, mate. I feel as if all the days eat steak pie at the moment, but that's another story, you know.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
was
up for
interested.
that. You all right? How's your toe?
Okay.
How's your
Okay.
toe?
Oh, the toe's still louting, mate, but that'll take a wee while. But it was interesting you saying there about Defoe, Ox. I was a wee bit like yourself. I expected a bit more from him. Probably too much when he first came in. But it's like everything else. He needed to find his feet, didn't he, with a new set of lads running about him. But like yourself, I think his movement in the last couple of games has been absolutely tremendous. And I think he's made space for other players, even on our field. To be fair to Arfield, I watched the game again. I was a bit critical of him on the day of the Aberdeen game. And to be fair, he certainly never lost as many balls as what I thought he did. What I would say is, I think he's far, far better when we're playing against a team that's maybe playing a bit more open football, because you can see that he was trying to make runs, whereas they basically had 11 players behind the ball at all times.
Oh, mate, that would have got football stopped if that's what they want to watch.
Exactly, you know. So, like yourself, I would have to say again that, especially the next two games being at home, you're looking for 2 automatic 3 points there, and preferably go unbeaten the rest of the season. But to be fair, that the way they've been playing since the wee guy's been out up front, I've got to be honest, I've been quite impressed with their football.
Aye. Talking about impressive people, we've also been joined by the one and only GFK. Evening, GFK.
Evening, chaps. How are you all tonight?
Hi, Jimmy.
All right, Blue Star.
GFK,
all right, Bridge, Fox, also your Blue, and of course your good self, Oxchair. What are you all doing? Yep.
You all right, mate? How are you?
I'm brand new, mate. I've just been toodling about, driving here and driving there. Though Mr. Taxi, it's my middle name now, but hey ho. I managed to see some of the game tonight. Quite impressed with what I saw, but can't really give a good thing with the same as my Fox here did. So he seemed to give a good appraisal of the game, so I'll take everything he said as verbatim. But I saw bits and pieces. I was in and out. I was quite impressed. Unlucky we lost it in the dying seconds, but hey ho. The boys fought well back for being 2-0 down. I was talking about Sunday's game against the Spoonburners. Looking really much forward to it, definitely. And I like yourself, Oxshire. I think it's a game we can win. 11 goals scored, 4 wins, one conceded. Yep. On the Defoe thing, you know my feeling on Defoe. I wouldn't change it for Sunday. I like the way that he's starting to come onto a game, same as Stephen Davis. But I do agree with Fox with the way we can change it. And I do agree with Fox to a certain point that there could be a space for Alfredo there. But the manager will sort that out when the time comes, because now he's available. But the football that, again, we're speaking about the football that Aberdeen tried to play against us, it was absolutely rubbish.
Would you say they tried to play football, GFK?
Well, okay, yeah, but I probably swore at them. I using a word like no, they didn't. Oxshire, they didn't. They came out at one point. I'm sure right across the back of the penalty box. There was 7. Right, no, that was horrible to watch. And he's the man that should hang his head in shame. McInnes, instead of trying to get our players into trouble, because his team came to Ibrox not to play football and just to contain us. And let's see what happens when the Shaggers play the puddle drinkers on Saturday and see what kind of result that is there. If they do play the same way they play against us, then let's hope that they get the result that they hope for, and a good result for us. That they can maybe, well, I'm not holding it much hope because it's Aberdeen, but we need to make sure the way we play is a winning way, and we are doing that now, so it's pleasing. I do see a lot of rubbish, negative things on about Alfredo. You know, there's a lot of people actually still now because it's near that time of the season and it's the end, about getting rid of him because he's cost us the league. You know, I don't agree with that. I mean, it's a team that costs us the league. And I agree with what Fox said. We're not just a one-man team. Fox said that months ago, you know. I know when
that's an interesting point, but we can look at when we dissect the season once it's finished.
Yeah. But there is garbage. There's garbage out there that he's cost us this season. But that is
you can argue that he might have lost us, say, 2 points there or 3 points there.
Of course, mate.
What about the points he's won us, you know?
Yep. It's garbage.
If I think back, the one that sticks in my memory was the game at St Johnstone where we were going nowhere.
Yeah.
And the boy took the game by the scruff of the neck and got his 2 goals.
Yep.
You know, so there's pluses and minuses.
Yeah, it's pluses and minuses, but it's garbage talk. Rangers fans shouldn't be talking like that.
Remember, it's the internet, mate. It's the internet.
I know that.
Anyway, we've also been joined by Stardog. Evening, Stardog.
Evening, guys. How you doing? All right?
How you doing, Dog? Okay?
I know bad, bud. Yourself?
Wonderful, pal. Thanks. Wonderful.
Can I put you doing for a bridge magnet?
A bridge magnet? I get us one set in the post box.
Aye, I'll put you down for one, mate. I can't move. I'm only have to get a set in order, mate. They're flying off the shelf.
I bet you there.
It's quite surprising at £35 a pop, mate.
Aye,
That's shocking.
Cost a name and a leg.
Plus postage and packaging, for.
Aye. What's that, £20?
We're going to, maybe we could set up some credit
facilities. Make it
fucking shower of shockers, that's what he's at, a shower of shockers.
What about if we get them to deliver them personally? You know what they used to do in the Daz adverts? Bridge turns up at the door with a magnet. What do you think, Fox?
Oh.
They need to turn up with a dolly bird, though.
Oh, you can tell Mrs. Bridge that. I'm not telling her that.
Oh dear.
Aye, Bridge, I think there's mileage in that. £35 a pop, Fox. I must have read it right.
Aye, well, that's the Bridge marketing for you, mate, you know. Nothing to do with Rangers Radio, by the way. We don't charge a penny for this station or anything that comes off it.
No, but when you've got a mega star in your midst, he's entitled to charge what he likes, isn't he?
What he's like.
And the ringtones and all he's got going with this. He's a shocker and God knows what. You know what like he is.
Well, he's got that paid for his holiday this year. You know.
There's people at Ibrox calling him a bit of a spiv, if you want to know the truth.
And then there's also the money he's saved in macaroon bars this season, JFK.
No.
Well, aye, there is. Aye, there's not a lot of sweeties going about at the bistro now. I don't know why that is.
He's got them on the house, that's why.
Skipper says, £35. Is that Bridgman in with Ashley? Skipper, you rat. Oh
dear.
And sweeties.
There's definitely a market here. You're doing for the first one, Stardog. So Bridge will come to your door and deliver it.
Excellent.
What's on your mind, mate?
Well, just what you were saying about the team and things like that for the past couple of weeks.
Aye.
What do we do for Sunday, guys? Do we go with what Fox says and try and fit a formation there where Morelos and Defoe can play in, or do you drop Defoe for Morelos? It's a wee bit of a headache, innit? But it's a good one to have.
Well, why don't we play the same system as we did against Aberdeen, with 4 at the back, a kind of diamond in the midfield, Morelos and Defoe up front?
Who are you dropping out, Fox?
I'm dropping out Kent.
Right, okay, doke.
But we'll need to provide the width. Tavernier on one side and whoever plays on the left-hand side will need to provide the width in that sort of formation. Don't know if it would work, but I would try it anyway.
I'd like to know everyone else's opinion on that. Would everyone else be happy with dropping Kent out for Morelos? Because I don't know if I'd be happy with that. I don't know.
Well, if you're talking about performances, I don't think Kent done some nice things, particularly in the first half, but his passing was very poor on Sunday, post-half.
His passing was very poor. He made some terrific runs, Ox, and then when he was releasing the ball, it was going straight back to a was going to say a red shirt. It wasn't a red shirt. It was a Kiki grey, wasn't it?
What colour would you have called that, mate, actually? It was
that's what I'm saying.
Shirt,
a Kiki grey for me. It was like one of the old Liverpool shirts. No, listen, guys, without putting a dampener on you-know-who, if you were going to play Morelos as well, would it be a thought of dropping Arfield and playing him? And I'm not saying that getting at Arfield. I don't mean it that way. What I'm thinking is, if Arfield's on there pushing forward to support Defoe and scoring goals, for me, he's really only done it in the one game. Granted, Defoe didn't score on Sunday either, because you know I'm a bit like Jimmy. I would keep the same side, and you've always got the option of bringing Alfredo on. You know. I don't think you should change it.
I know everybody's got opinions, but I think Arfield's been pretty good the last few games. Some of his movements and some of the space he makes for people.
But that's what I'm saying, Ox. Is that no what Alfredo does too when he's not scoring goals? He brings others into the team. It's the same kind of thing.
Aye, but then you could have two of them doing it. You don't know. It's all about opinions, mate. What about you, Bridgeman? Oh.
I would think about swapping over Kent and Morelos. I would do it because I'm not 100% sure if Kent's going to be 100% fit, because he went off limping. So you've got a natural spot there if he can't make it. I don't know how the manager's going to play it, whether he's going to play two up or whether he's going to expect one of them to drop back a wee bit. I think the last time the two of them played together, it wasn't 100% success. So it depends how much you can bring Morelos in. But he's been out for 4 games, so you don't know whether the managers are going to take any chances with him over the next couple of games. It's ultra important. These next 2 games coming up, particularly, every game's the most important one for us. So that if we can beat Hibs, then the Celtic one becomes even more of a big game for us than it would be, because it's all about how, if they don't win, you know, all these ifs and buts come into it. So depending on the position, he might drop some players and just bring in some of the youngsters and let them play if there's no chance of getting in. And we've already secured second spot, so, and if he gets another point, I think it's a point we need to get us to the same level of points as we had last season. So I don't think we're going to be far away. It just depends what he's doing. But if the pressure's still on, if they can't beat the sheepshaggers, as JFK likes to call them, then they're in trouble, and then they're going to be coming to Ibrox. And providing we beat Hibs,
a draw. They only need a draw, mate.
I'm saying they only need 1 point from any of those. They've got 3 games. We've got 3 games. We need to win them all. They need to lose every one of them. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd hate them to come to Ibrox.
It would be real interesting for a Rangers supporter if Aberdeen do get a result. I can't see it, Bridge, but I'll come back to that. The game next week. A weekend Sunday.
Yeah,
would be really, really. It would become a great spectacle for us, because obviously we could put it after the last game of the season, and you never know what could happen. But I know
but at that time, Moxie, you would want to have your whole squad playing at the best they can be. You know, the highest level of play with your best value players. He might just not take any chances with Morelos. I don't know. It's always up to him. But yes, I would agree with what the guys have said, and I would think that if he's injured, they might still carry a wee knock. He might not be 100%. So I would put Morelos back in and give Kent a rest, and swap them over for half time or something like that. Mm-hmm. It's a chance the manager might take. But the old saying of don't try and fix something that's no broken, you know.
Aye. There's a lot of people go with that fallacy. You shouldn't change your winning team, JFK.
Aye, I mean, I would only do the swap if Kent wasn't fit, you know. But I'm going to use just what I always say, that if it's no broken, don't try and fix it. And I do understand Fox's thinking on it, you know. But the team's winning, and a winning team, you've got to have that continuity. And the only way the continuity should be broken is a suspension or injury. And if Ryan Kent, and I know he didn't have a fantastic game at the weekend. You know, he did. You know, some of his passing it sometimes and he kind of lost the ball a few times, but you know, he still had a good, decent game. I'm very, very reluctant to see the manager change it. But if he changes it, then we've got to go with what he says. Gone in what's happening, wouldn't it be wonderful if we did take it to the last game of the season? You know, that if, you know, they have got to obviously lose the last three, we win the three, and that would be interesting. But on to our own game on Sunday, the manager will put out the team that he thinks can win the game, obviously, and whatever team he puts out, we'll all support him in that. But as it stands now, I wouldn't change it unless it's an enforced change, guys.
All right, be glad to hear from people if they had a point of view. What's the number, Poster?
It's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can they join us, Bridge?
Well, they can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online and Fox/Old School Blue. They'll bring them in and look after them.
And Stardog, what can they talk about?
Talk about all things Rangers.
Oh, he's learning JFK, isn't he?
Oh, that's half
Top
a lollipop. Man. Half a lollipop
He's
for that man.
Top man, that Ian.
But the problem is you'll lose half of yours, mate. You know, there's
lollipops to get it's called teamwork, mate. If he wants half of my lollipop, they can suck on it any time.
Oh, JFK.
Love it.
There's an offer you never thought you'd get, Stardog, yeah?
Love it.
I'll go to Post up.
Just Paul Bridge up. I was kind of offended there. Fox / that sounded like a threat to me.
Aye.
No, it's when you say /Fox, it becomes a threat.
Apologies, pal. Very good. Well spotted there, by the way. Well spotted.
Poor Bridge. The past will never leave you, will it?
No, never. I'm not saying any more about that, by the way. So no bring up the past again.
Just some of your old chart sheets are quite entertaining, mate. Right, Post Star.
Yes.
Did you see this problem coming? If I said to you 6 weeks ago, we're going to have real competition up front, you'd have thought I was mad, eh?
I certainly would have. We were crying out for... We know the wee guy was scoring goals, but we seen it in the semi-final. Whenever he was banned, we had nobody, did we? We had the guy Sadiq that hadn't even put on the shirt, which was a bit of a liberty in a way, but we had nobody else. Big laugh. I don't know what's happened there. It's just hasn't worked at all. Any games that he's came on has been few and far between. It looks as if the manager just isn't rating him at the moment at all. Now you've got Defoe. He's took his chances well. The last 4 games without wee Alfredo, you can only give plus marks to the team because they've got the results, and it's the first time this season that we've had 4 wins in the trot, and that's all we're looking for, a bit of consistency. So for me, the most important thing, Ox, I'm serious, irrespective of what happens with that other mob, I would love nothing better than to see us all winning our last 3 games.
Oh, I agree, mate.
And I think that would breed a real bit of confidence in the guys that's going to be there next season. I was interested in listening to the show today, guys. You kind of hit on it with Stardog just towards the end of the show last night when he asked you, who do you think would automatically maybe be losing their place in the first 11 if he brings in 2 or 3 players? I think that's a difficult one to answer now. Especially if we're going on a winning run. You would never have thought that throughout the season, would you? We all had our ifs and doubts about quite a few players. The guy Kamara's come in. He's been a steal. Certainly he's had a couple of games that were a bit iffy, but for consistency-wise, the games that he's played, I think we've all been mega surprised. Again, Defoe. Davis is certainly, you can see automatically what's been wrong with him. The guy's just needed game time to get up to speed because the last 2 and 3 games for me, he's certainly producing what we always knew he could. You know, so it's quite a difficult one. For me, I still think the middle of the park, we need a commanding guy in there. And as I say, even up until we got the first penalty, for me on Sunday, against them, the Dons, when they were packing a defence, I know Kent and that was making runs, but for me, we were still finding it a wee bit difficult to break through. And for me, I still think we need somebody there that, whether it's going by players or whether it's threading through real killer passes, I still think we need a right good midfielder. I really do.
Yeah, obviously.
Sorry.
On you
Can
go,
I come in on that, Ox? Yeah?
Aye, of course.
Just quickly, I was just going to say that I think we know now, and we trust that the manager when he says these things. If he's going to bring anybody and buy someone, if he's going to go out and buy anybody for our team, it's either going to be Ryan Kent, if you follow what I mean, who he really likes, or somebody of that kind of quality. That person will definitely, or these people that he brings in, will walk right into our team because that's the quality he wants. He wants a higher quality than the quality we've got because the quality we've got is quite good in a lot of these positions that we're speaking about. So that's why that position is difficult. So if he brings in one midfielder, two midfielders, who are you going to drop? Obviously, he's going to have to think straight because some of these guys are really good. That's the kind of thing I mean, and I loved that question last night. I thought it was superb. But that's what I see it. And there is absolutely no way I would expect Gerrard to come back with the same type of quality player we've got. I just can't see it.
Yeah. I'd agree, Ox. It's just that I think the guy, as I say, I find it very strange. I know that we played that team in Europa, and automatically the next minute we know we had the two guys, Ozzy and Barisic and Grezda. To be fair to Grezda, he was out for a full season. Barisic, I'm a bit like Bridge, and I know Bridge is stuck up for him, and so far, I genuinely think the guy's got ability. But I think it's plain to see the way the manager spoke about him, and I know you said that maybe he's just doing that, maybe to buck them up or whatever. You might be right, but for me, I think he's made his mind up and said to himself, no, they're not hard enough. And one of the things we don't take into account, I think, a lot of the time is when we're looking at players, we automatically think, well, you want to see them hitting the ground running, but there are players that take time to breed their cell into the team. But on the other hand, they've also got to be up to it physically. And for me, Grezda for me, Ox, just doesn't look anywhere near up to the kind of rough and tumble of our league. Nowhere near it. To me, he was hiding even when he was fit. You know?
Well, I'm sure we'll come to some of that discussion as we develop the show this evening, but it's interesting to see that how quickly you can get a favour, JFK, yeah?
Of course it is, and it's called progress.
Yeah.
You know, we need to progress as a team, and we certainly have in the last since Steven Gerrard came. So there's got to be casualties. You know, we were all sitting here at the start of the season. Some of the substitutes benches were, my God, it was you were dreading the game sometimes if anybody got injured. But we've got a decent pool of players now, Oxshire, you know, and I know like Barisic and Grezda haven't set the hair on fire. We know what big laugh he's done, hee-haw. But you know, if you fall out of grace for this team, then you'll be lucky to get your place back. And that I wouldn't include Alfredo in that. He's been unfortunate, obviously, with his suspensions. But anybody that falls out of this team, they're going to have to fight to get back. And that should be the same as Alfredo. If the gaffer thinks he should go on the bench on Sunday, then so be it. He's got to sit on the bench. It doesn't mean to say that he's automatically dropped out of the squad altogether. He's still got a big part to play. And let's hope that big part to play is starting the next season. So, if you don't play well enough in training or whatever, and the manager said that about just jumping in about like Sir Lee Wallace and that, he performed well in training, so he deserved the chance to come into the 18. So, if you don't buck your ideas up, pull your socks up, then you can be dropped. And that's progress. Guys try to progresses, and it's just good.
And it's probably took him that amount of time, Jimmy, to get on side who he thinks he can trust. Let's be honest here. There's been players there, even although he brought them in his cell, he's maybe thought they would do a job, and he's looked at it and says, no, wait a minute, such and such just isn't up to it. And that takes time, that takes games, that's how you find out. He's maybe just got into his head now, right, I know I've got to be hard, I've got pressure on me this coming season. we've got to stand up and be far, far better. And that's where the quality comes in, and the team bucking up their ideas and playing for that jersey. As Stardog said last night.
Him and the coaching staff have learned a lot, Stardog.
Of course they have. Of course they have, Ox.
They have learned a lot, Stardog, and we should see the fruits of that next season. Oh, no, Stardog.
That's probably on mute, but it's probably on mute.
Well, you can show how to do that when you get in.
Can I just say on the quality replacements? I was thinking about that today. When you think about it, we've got Alan McGregor at 37, maybe another goalkeeper, a quality goalkeeper, to follow on for Alan McGregor, keep some sort of decency in goal. We've also got Steve Davis and Jermaine Defoe coming to the end of their careers, so maybe a 25-year-old decent player, one that's played maybe some good quality football, either down south or abroad. Bring them in with the thought of adding them to the team, and hopefully they can progress to take their two places coming the end of the year next year, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you think it should be people that should come straight in and others should go?
The trouble is, Fox, if you'd asked us right after the Celtic game, we'd always say, no, we need 5 players, we need this players, we need that players. Or you asked us after we drew nothing each with St Johnstone, we'd say we need 10 players. Only keep McGregor, you know. But then we went in a wee run, and the football's been good. But there's been no pressure on us as such, because ultimately I think the league had gone.
Yeah.
You only see sometimes how good the players are, JFK, when they're playing under pressure, and they've got to win.
Aye, we know that the pressure was taken over. I think that the biggest pressure on the team was at the start of the season, when we were playing in Europe, and the journey that they took us on, and it was a fantastic journey. I thought there was a lot of pressure then, and when they became into the league, I just think they didn't believe themselves sometimes. Some of the games that we watch, you know, and pressure's good. Look, we've had pressure in different times with in our life, and for me, I thrive in the pressure. I think it gives you a G up, and I mean, I've never played football, obviously, to these guys' level, but surely that if you've got the butterflies and you're feeling that way, that should give you a G up to go and do well, and some of them have fell short of that. So the gaffer's seen that now, and he knows, and he's told us all that he knows the players he wants to take us forward. So let's see what he does. There is a few names being bandied about, as you know, which we'll probably talk about before the season ends. But a couple of decent-looking players were mentioned today, and I had a wee look at them. And I know the YouTube can kind of tell you different things, and that, but let's see what next season brings. Let's win the last 3 games. Don't worry about them. As far as it's gone for us in our head, but our heart tells us there's a chance of winning it. But let's take it to the last game. Let's hope the Shaggers do something Saturday. We can beat the Spoonburners on Sunday. And then let's see if it does go that way. Let's see what one of our players, all our players have got the bottle for a battle. Because that's what it could end up on the last day. And what a battle that would be. Because if the Shaggers beat them on Saturday, we beat the Spoonburners. And then the Hearts played in the last, and we beat the puddle drinkers at Ibrox next week.
You've even confused me, Jeff.
Oh, I know that. I did there. Right. So anyway, when it comes to the last game of the season, right, we've got the Pie Men, and Hearts play the puddle drinkers. Now Hearts are fighting to get into Europe, and if they're still fighting to get into Europe, what a day that would be against
Kilmarnock. What's your name for the Hearts? What's your name for the Hearts?
The Pie Men.
No,
that was Kilmarnock.
Or the Hearts. Oh, just the jam tarts, I suppose.
Jam tarts, that's okay. The
Lino farts.
The Lino farts, or the smelly farts. But no, it does come down to the bottle, and I think a lot of the games, especially in the middle of the season, I think that we didn't show the right attitude in bottle for it, and the gaffers now realise the players that he wants, and as I say, there's a few names been bandied about for next season. We've brought in a couple, so let's see onwards and upwards, as I always say, but aye.
Yeah. You lost me with that, mate. You lost me.
I lost myself and all. That's what happens when you're sober, Oxygen.
Aye,
The
well,
words
couldn't
don't
be
come out
allowed.
right.
You're the only guy that fails the drink test when you're sober.
Aye. I do
Well,
a sobriety test, aye.
I think the three teams that as you like to call them, the puddle drinkers are going to play, because none of them want to lose a point or lose anything to Celtic. None of them. So it'll be they're on a battle. I would imagine they're on a battle every single game to the end of the season. Obviously, they only need 1 point, so a draw does them. But I think they're in for some tough games.
Stranger things have happened, Bridgeman.
Absolutely, bud. Absolutely.
Let's hope, no. But he's telling us one thing, but the old heart's pounding saying, this could happen. Brilliant stuff.
Just look at the lobby, guys. The Staunches says spoon burners, shaggers, pie man, jam tarts. I can't keep up.
It's the truth. That's why I was asking Jimmy what he called the Hearts, you know.
Ah, well.
A bad name for everybody.
But have you got a name for Ross County, mate?
Yeah, Ross County.
Oh, yeah.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah. You'll need one next time.
Ross County. Hate going to Ross County.
Thistle were called the pricks, and he's not said it yet.
What did you say?
That's shocking.
What did you say there, Fox? Your language is terrible.
You're a shocker, Fox.
I think you did.
Well,
no. At least, well, wait till the end of May, then you can have a week's ban for that, Fox.
There's talk about me getting into a care home, don't worry.
Love it.
Listen, if we get this marketing right with this bridge bag, that you're no need to worry, we'll maybe go on a cruise.
Not accepting any cash whatsoever.
Never said you didn't accept any cash. Bridge can pay for it all.
Oh no, I'm not into that. If he's making magnets, he needs to give them away for free.
If he's making magic.
Making magic.
It's been a long time since he made any magic.
Hey, you been speaking to my missus, Fox.
I'd rather no say, pal.
Well, for next season, I'll have a look at the teams and try and get some nicknames for them. But if Partick Thistle come up, I'm certainly not going to call them the pricks.
For God's sake, you can't speak like that, you know.
Well, that was outrageous, Fox.
That's outrageous, by the way.
Thistle, Jaggy Nettles, it all falls in.
I'm shocked, JFK. I'm absolutely shocked at your language, by the way.
It's just, I mean, keeping bad company lately, you know, with Fox.
I quite like that band.
To be fair, I think some of the language is changed since Tracy joined the bistro, you know?
Oh, hey, I agree with you there. Definitely.
Why is that?
You need to come into the company. You can't repeat it here and here.
Ronald Bell says in the lobby, Jaggy Bunnets.
Well, they used to be called the Jaggy Bunnets, I know.
They did indeed. That's
correct. There you are. That's
Jaggy
something.
Bunnets.
You're right. Jaggy Bunnets, you know. But I don't know if Tracy's in the lobby, but our boy passed his test today.
Oh, brilliant.
Callum, I think his name is.
All right, well done, Callum, mate. Well
done, Callum.
He's in the lobby then, Jimmy.
Well done, Tracy. Tell me well done.
The taxi driver should
well, that comes into what some of the things he said to me in Sunday when he was going for his test. He's, Tracy, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm not used to that type of language.
Oh.
On a Sunday as well, JFK.
On a Sunday. I got my macaroon bar and I got a wee cuddle and things like that. So, and I sat beside.
What?
I'm not telling you who got the cuddle off of, though, am I?
All right, okay.
Skippers can be quite affectionate at times.
I told you not to say anything.
Just saying, Skipper can be quite affectionate at times.
He's not a bad kisser at all, but there you go. So I'm told.
Anyway, we digress. Are you back with us, Stardogs?
He's left. He's wondered what he's in. He thinks he's into an agony. I'd call him here.
Sorry guys, I'm not back. My phone's jumping a bit like crazy. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's kind of knackered, so it is.
It can't keep up.
Aye. Was it? Anyway. So, we've been asked a question, and I think I've had some questions for Twitter again. He's ready for them.
There you go.
I think, so obviously it's people's opinion. I'm going to take the third one first because we've talked about the guy Barisic quite a bit in the last couple of days. And MT Juliet, Soccer C, yeah, and this is a possibility. What happens if we sell Barisic and he goes on to be a top class player worth £10 million in a country where he'll settle? There's a possibility of that he could go to somewhere like Italy where maybe it's more suited to him and he can become a real effective player. Because he's no mugged, but he's not the first guy that Scottish football hasn't suited Blue Star.
Definitely. That's just one of these things that happens in football. You get umpteen players that come to your club and for one thing or another, it just doesn't suit them. They go to another league, another different formation, a different way of football, and they shine. Our league, if we're being honest, guys, there's umpteen great ball players we've had over the years, and it just hasn't worked for them. They've maybe got 2 or 3 cloggers on them right away. If they look at the border and tap at them, that's just the way it is. That we use that word quite a lot. Character. Sometimes it comes down to not even so much physique. If you look at guys like Bobby Russell, who was very, very thin, but boy could he play. He was able to take the physical side of it, and that's just one of these things. Durant was the same. He was never the biggest, so it's not always having the physique. It's just having the ability and having the character to play with that jersey on. And some guys can do it and other ones can't. But if he goes on and he goes for big money, I hope we put in a clause in his contract to say that we want a slice of it.
It's a sell-on clause, and
yeah,
we'll see where it takes us. I know you've enjoyed Umbridge, but I think the majority of people seem to think his time's up.
Yeah, there's that. Oh, obviously, I'm not stupid, and we can see that the chap hasn't actually set Heather on fire. But I think there's a lot of qualities in him, and I loved watching him play, even playing against us. He was excellent. So somewhere in there is a player, and I don't know if our manager can never get it out of him. I don't know whether the guy just wants to go back home. He's earned a lot of money from Rangers probably, and maybe just wants to go back home. I just don't know. However, I do think, as I said last night, I'm under no illusions. I think if we could get a pre-season training with the guys, you believe that Gresda's the same, that will bring them back into line again, I'm quite sure. And they've got every chance, and Rangers have got every chance of getting that player back out of him. And he's got every chance of getting his career back. Other than that, obviously the guys are right. We can't hang on to them. We can't give them too much time. We need answers. We need solutions to the problems that we've got, and we can't wait until after the window closes and then find out he doesn't want to be there. We have to make that mind up. But I think the pre-season might show us up. It's just my thoughts. That's all. I hate to think we would throw away really good player for a player, should I say, for nothing.
Track him in there, Ox.
I only go Starbuck.
Would it be fair to say, JFK and Fox and Bridge and yourself, that this league's very unforgiving for talent? If you go back years to maybe Jelavic and your dad Opussos and Ian Black put Jelavic out, he was talented. Players don't appreciate your talent up here. They try and kick it out you up here. Dad Oposso, they knew that he had bad legs and things like that. They knew he had bad knees. He was always getting kicked. This league's unforgiving for talent. Talent just isn't enough. You just need to have a bit about you. Oposso and Jelavic had a bit about them, but they missed a lot of games through injuries, a lot of big games through injuries. They kick the talent out you up here. It's no like any other league. It really isn't. Like, players will only sit after you if you're talented. They'll kick you. That's just what happens up here. And if you can't handle that, and if it's too much for you, especially at our club, you need to go. You need to go.
I mean, the trouble.
I'm not under no illusions, Dog. That's what I'm trying to say to you. I think they've got it there, and somehow or other, the manager's got to get that out of them. If they can't get it out of them, then they have to go. I mean, there's no illusions. But I do think he's a very talented guy. I think he's got a wonder left foot. And if we can get him playing, and if he is scared, he's got a season to get himself get it into his head. There's nothing to be scared of. He's as big as anybody in our league. But I think he needs to start playing football. He needs to show it. And the fans will find them out. Before long, the fans will find them out. Maybe they have found them out. Maybe they have.
I don't know if he's scared, Bridge. I don't know if I'd say he's scared. I just like this league isn't like any other league on the planet. It really isn't. Like players will just kick the talent out. I just think you've either got it or you don't. And I think seeing years gone by, we've had decent players. Seeing like 2001, 2002, like we had an option of either Flo, Ava, Ladsy, Kinija, Moles, Lovingcans. We had an option of players up front, all good quality players. But see if any of them hadn't had it running, we wouldn't have noticed because there was that much quality running about them to fill in. But we don't have the options anymore. We can't afford to wait anymore, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand fully. I'm under no illusions. I've watched fabulous players, as we all have, that's played football, and you get somebody that can play football and he plays for half an hour, even a full half, and then he disappears at the game, and you think to yourself, where's all that talent gone? You remember he played for the third game of the season. He was absolutely brilliant, outstanding. Why can't he be like that all the time? That's what happens, you know. And if the manager wants him, then he's going to have to get it out of him. I hope he manages it. I hope we do get him because I think he's a great player. However, might not make it.
I think that's why, guys, that he's brought in the likes of Jones, the boy Hasty, and Greg Stewart. I think he's trying to snap up. Granted, they've not cost us big money or anything. I think that's why he's snapping up what he thinks guys that can do him a job, obviously on whether it's free contracts or and whatever. Because he's maybe looking at them and he's saying, well, wait a minute, they might not be the best of quality, but he thinks they can do him a job and they can play in our league. And I think that's how when Doc says he's learning, I think they've learned big time. They maybe thought they two guys were coming in, they had plenty of quality, they had the skill, but they've maybe just no got that, as Stardog says, they've just no got that fight in them. But they've got to find it, and if they don't find it, we've got to sell them because we need the money back to get better players in that will stand up. And I think that's how our management teams learn.
Is it the dug in the fight or the fight in the dug?
Well, right at this minute, look, you know yourselves what I'm like. I think the guy is a top quality player. He played against us, and I thought when he played against us, he was outstanding against us. But we've seen so many players. And we've actually bought so many players who have been outstanding against us. And unfortunately, they didn't raise themselves up when they were playing for us. I hope that Barisic isn't like that. But based on the way yourselves speak, and a lot of other guys that stand beside me at Ibrox, that some of them are the same as myself. They think he's a fantastic player. But where is he? Where does he go? You know, it's like, where do you go to, my lovely? You know, what is it? What's the matter with him? Why is he not taking part in the game sometimes? And we don't know if it's fear or whether he's injured, carrying an injury, or maybe he just can't be bothered. Who knows?
Oh, she go back to the European run, and I keep going back to it because I think it's a big deal. If you go back to the European run, we know we played teams that were better than what we're playing against in our league. But the one thing that they didn't do, Ox, they didn't all stick 11 players behind the ball. They played open football. What game can we honestly say that we've played against a team in our league that played open football where we haven't held more than our own or went on to win the game? There's only one. The game at Parkhead, and even then we played better the second half. Do you know what I mean? Any team that opens up against us, we more than hold our own.
Talking to people that like to hold their own, we've been joined by Boswell. Evening, Bos.
Hi, Boswell.
You need to get yourself a new pattern writer, Ox.
I can only go with the stuff I'm fed, boys.
That's terrible. They need to get new writers on that show.
Sorry, mate. Don't shoot me. I'm only the messenger.
This is an interesting conversation. I'm very interested in this because I think that I like Barisic. I think he's a good player. I see good qualities in him, but I think what he doesn't have is rigidity. And
doesn't he have what, boss?
He doesn't have any rigidity. He's got no strength of character, and I think it's the same for Grezda, and I think that's why
what's important, I asked Bridge a question, boys, and I'm sure you have a way of putting it, but Is it the dog in the fight or the fight in the dog? Because, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think it is. It's this thing about desire, isn't it? And if
You've put it, mate.
yes, I mean, if you don't have, see, I could see Barisic play in, let's say, a league like the French First Division, because there's loads of space, people stand off you, there's no real aggression in it, and people are allowed to play their football, and that's why the French league has been able to develop people like Kylian Mbappe, and he's been able to thrive there because he hasn't had a big centre back coming through and cleaning them out. No, yeah, you imagine him playing at, oh my God almighty. Well, you see, but that's where people develop. You can see players like Anthony Martial at Man United, how he developed at Monaco. Thierry Henry developed at Monaco. In that league, they've got time to concentrate on their skills and their abilities. In Scotland, it's nothing about skill and ability. It's get your sleeves rolled up in blood and snotters. It's industrial football that we play in Scotland. It's nothing to do with tippy-tappy and nice passing, because the minute we try nice passing, you've got some Aberdeen Mongol coming through and want to clean somebody out. You just get fed up watching it. And that's why we get the lowest TV money, is because people around the world don't want to watch that. They get fed up watching thugs at Motherwell, thugs at Kilmarnock, thugs anywhere else, just coming through and cleaning a footballer out, somebody that wants to play a pass. And I think this is what's happened to Barisic, is that he's wanted to attack, but he's been stultified at every possible turn, and that might be something to do with our coaching system. I don't know. The other point I'd make about it is that we also need to understand that this is Stevie G and Mark Allen's first serious foray into the transfer market, and we were really playing it by ear and seeing what happened. Barisic looked very good against us when he was at Osijek, but I suppose playing above yourself, we were barely into a season. They're maybe about 3 or 4 weeks in front of us, so he looked quite good. And we thought, well, $1.5 million, it's a bit of a steal for a guy who actually looked good against us. And it's the usual old Rangers thing, is that we get involved with players that really play well against us. We buy them, and it never really seems to work particularly well, unfortunately. And I think that's what's happened there. The Greshta thing, I don't know what's happened there. I really don't. I think that's rigidity of character as well, quite frankly.
I could maybe tell you after some things I've heard. I wouldn't say them on there, but that would worry me who scouted Greshta, because they couldn't have seen him, because we signed him and he'd been injured, and that's a worry.
You're absolutely right. This is this thing about signing players when they're injured, and I'm not a fan of that at all, you know. And well, his international manager he's Albanian, isn't he? He said that he was astonished that he went so low as Rangers. Well, I think that we look at that and we say, well, he's here for a reason. And that's probably the reason, is that he just couldn't play at a higher level.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. And it's unfortunate for us to be able to have to accept that about our club. But we're in a place at the moment that we're previously not used to being, but we are where we are, and we just need to get used to it. And in that place, we're going to have to deal with players like those. We don't have the luxury of what we had before. That was then. This is now. This is the reality that we're in.
Anyway, boys, you'll appreciate this. Get yourself a mute, everybody. We're going to have a tune. You enjoy that, Bridge? I thought it was never going to end.
It went on and on and on, but it was brilliant. It was brilliant. I was just saying in the lobby, some great dancing going on in the lobby. Absolutely superb.
I've got to
Wonderfully one.
say,
Good tunes.
I'm not one for having a go at people, but I don't think Blue Star's taking this presenting too serious. He seems to put more effort into his dancing.
He's probably out of breath. That's probably what's wrong. He's holding his breath. Whatever breath he's got, he's holding it
Considering he's
for
got
the
a bad
dancing.
toe, Bridge.
Yeah, it must. He's got a bad toe.
Aye.
What happened to you? A pike come in and bite it or something?
A trip getting up.
Some bite your toe.
My nail get caught in the stairs and get ripped right off.
Oh,
Is that right?
oh.
The big toenail.
Yes.
Oh, nothing worse, pal. Nothing worse.
Could have been worse, Bridge. Could have been worse. Could have been me it happened to.
Of course. What I'd like to know is whose stairs was it?
That's true.
How
That's
did you
true.
do it?
It was my own ones.
It was your own man's. That's all right. Then. You get caught in the carpet, pal.
Yep.
Wear slippers.
Well, that's the thing, Jimmy.
Good advice.
I
Good
can't
advice,
wear them.
KFK.
Yep. No, but the first time
I'll
I
tell you-
dropped a big toe going up the stair.
I'll tell you again, lads.
Go on then.
My wee boy, a couple of weeks back, he came in, they'd been away for the day with my cousin and that, and they'd been at the farm park and things, and Dad, I think I've broke my foot. So he's limping about and things like that, so I said, right, geez a look at your foot then, because he acts up all the time. Right, geez a look at your foot. So I take his sock off and his tape is green.
What?
So I take him straight up to A&E, no knowing what had happened to him and things like that. Obviously I knew it was poisoned. And the nurse says to him, well, what have you done to your foot? I bit my toenails, he says. So he bit his toenail into the quick. And rolling it got an infection and his full tail went green. But I felt her bold as brass, I was biting my toenails.
I've got to say, I wouldn't let him back in the house till you're rid of that green toe.
Aye. I'll get squeezed out his tail there and then so he suffered a bit for it. He'll never bite his toenails again, that's safe to say.
How is he?
Aye, he's brand new. Aye, he'll not be biting his toenails anytime soon, that's for sure.
You could have just painted his toenail blue.
Aye.
Oh,
There you go, Blue
Star.
Star. You ought to man up and stop moaning.
Well, this is it, innit?
There's always somebody worse off than yourself, isn't there?
Defo.
Anyway, Boswell, you were in full stride there.
Oh no, I've said I'm quite happy. I've said what I'm going to say.
Your observations, mate. Obviously, maybe too little, too late. But you like nice football players. You're back to when you see them again. Would that be fair?
I like people that can pass, and
aye.
Just, people that can pass, and a wee bit of creation, and what have you.
Ah, but so do we all.
Oh, I'm sure we all.
Like we all go to the football to see, but we know Scottish football doesn't let us do that all the time. It's poor to watch at times, the way teams play against us and that. But on the Barisic thing, that if I get my wee say on that, before we move on to something else. I think it showed with the gaffer, with the comments he made about Lee Wallace, that he'd rather have played Lee Wallace for 3 or 4 minutes at the end of the game on Sunday rather than bring Barisic back into the fold. So that tells me volumes, If he's not got the heart, get rid of him. I've always said, nobody's bigger than the team, so let him go. Heard some things about Gresda, I know, which isn't quite nice, but hey-ho, he's not the player I thought he was going to be. But if they're no want to be there, then just let them go. I'm sure we will get our money back on Barisic. I'm not so sure about Gresda, but we'll see what happens. But his heart's no in it. I've always said he's a bit powder puff for me. His start to the season was tremendous, but after that, he fell away badly. So if he's not got the heart, get rid of him.
Can I ask you something on that? Do you think it was Stevie G that earmarked those 2 players?
Well, he definitely seen Barisic. He couldn't have seen
Gresda. Exactly, that's how I'm saying. Why would you pay so much if nobody really had a right good look at him? Because he was out for a complete year and a half before we signed him. It's a real strange one.
That might be Mark Allen's thorn.
Mark Allen's, that's a Mark Allen.
That might be him. He's maybe went and did his homework, and his homework was wrong, and he's maybe thought he's worth
I
a
think
punt.
that's a bit unfair.
Did he not get injured playing for Albania? Yes.
No, he was fit. He was fit. He played for Albania. He was
He
fit.
played
No,
for
I'm saying, did he
Albania.
not get an injury playing for Albania? He couldn't play against us.
No, I think he was. I think he got an injury in training, Bridge. See, this is the issue with player. I think he got an injury in training, and I think then he'd gone to an Albanian international camp and had come home because he was they declared him unfit, and I think that's one of the issues that the manager was having. And I think the manager made comment back in the winter break when we played Wigan. Was it Wigan or who was it? No, we played was it HJK Helsinki, and Barisic came on and Guy had a wee go at him, and he'd made a comment that he was rolling about. He made about 50 rolls, and just to prove that he was injured, and the boss had made some kind of comment about that. And I just think without knowing the facts about these people, I think it's unfair to cast aspersions on them. So I think we just say that from what the bosses said, I think that there have been issues there that have been training ground issues or maybe attitude issues. And of course, that's the other thing, isn't it? Is that Barisic has been more out of the team than he's been in the team. And I think when you've got a situation like that, a player, he's living in a big city and he's got the freedoms in a big city and he's got the money to spend as well in a big city. And of course, there's lots of temptations in a big city, and who's to say what's going on?
Good point. But there's reports, guys, there's been reports that were looking at the big fella that played a centre forward for them. Was it Maric?
Oh, yeah.
Nico Maric.
Apparently we're interested in him, but these are reports, so I've got no idea if it's true or not.
He's allegedly in the same mould as Dado Purso.
Well, I'd take 10 of him then.
Yeah, well, I went on to the old famous YouTube this morning and had a look, and he looks a fair player, but you know what happens?
They all look good on YouTube, Jimmy.
Yeah, they do, mate. That's what I was going to say.
They all look good on YouTube.
You can put a 10-minute compilation. You can put a 10-minute compilation of Bridges football and that and make him look good, I suppose, the same as myself. But
really?
I don't know about that, mate. I don't know
I don't know who you're meaning with the bad there, Boswell.
I don't know. Who would edit that for you, Bridge? That's Bridge's mother editing that for you, is it, Bridge? Your old dear editing that for you.
But he looks apart, guys. He looks a decent player, but the YouTube thinking me. But on the Barisic, I mean, I agree with what Boswell said. A bit unfair. I'm not picking out Mark Allen as the man, but it's a bit strange. It's a bit strange.
Let me cut across you, mate. We've got a caller coming in. Evening, caller.
How you doing?
All right.
It's Aldo for Paisley.
How we doing, Aldo? All right, mate?
Not too bad.
What's on your mind, mate?
There's a lot of stuff on my mind just now.
All right, okay. Get it off your chest, mate. You'll feel a lot better. What did Bridgeman want to tell you?
You will. Get in there, pal.
Right, first of all, can I just say I'm so proud of Lee Wallace and everything he's done for the team. I think he's been a great supporter of the Gels. He's taken on a wage reduction to get through the leagues. He's done everything he possibly could, and hats off to all the Rangers supporters to stand up and applaud them when they walked off. That's just my first point. Well, a lot of people will turn and say, does he deserve an extension in his contract? That's not going to happen. Steven Gerrard doesn't have any plans for Lee Wallace to continue being a part of the team. I understand that. I get it. But what he has done for the team, I don't think a price can be paid for everything that he's done. And I'm so proud of him. And yeah, I got me tear in my eye watching him go by and walking off the pitch. I think what he's done is absolutely tremendous. And I felt sorry for him as he's been sidelined constantly through different circumstances that some of us can understand, some of us can't understand. But I'd like to go into a bigger point.
All right, mate. All right.
And the point is, we understand that the Mankey Mob across the road have got a bigger budget than us. They have done for many years. And there's two players from each side that I think that we can get to grips with. Is it about money or is it about a knowledge of players? And I say that because I think Steven Gerrard has a better knowledge of the kind of people he needs to bring in the team, to bring in to enhance the team than even Brendan Rodgers does. And a couple of examples of that would be Brendan Rodgers brought in Oliver Burke. He brought in, did they bring in Timothy Way?
Yeah.
His name? Right, he brought in these two. Yep, he brought these two players in. Steven Gerrard, around about the same time, brought in Steve Davis and Jermaine Defoe. Around about the same time. Now, what happened during these four players coming into the old firm was Timothy Way and Oliver Burke. They started off fantastic. We're thinking, oh my God. They've brought in a couple of players that are actually, they've hit the ground running. Steven Gerrard's brought in Steve Davis, Jermaine Defoe. They're not doing anything for us. Now, as time has went on, things have changed dramatically.
Yeah, we've had a bit of form, they two players for us, eh?
Sorry?
Defoe and Davis have had a bit of form for us, eh?
Well, exactly my point. I mean, Steve Davis has come onto a game. Jermaine Defoe has become outstanding. The matter of fact, the two of them have become outstanding, whereas these Timothy Ways and Oliver Bucks have become a nuisance to them, because they're not the kind of players that they thought that they signed, if you know what I mean. And it's shown greatly in how the league is ending, because we are becoming... I wish we started the league how we've ended the league, because how we're ending the league is absolutely incredible. We're so consistent. We know our game. The formation has changed since Morelos has departed us for a couple of games. I know he's coming in. I know he's coming back in soon. But these players that we signed, Steve Davis and Jermaine Defoe, I mean, they've become awesome.
And they've played really, really well in the last few weeks.
And the experience, you can see the experience within them. Whereas they've just tried to sign players that are, like big names. I know Jermaine Defoe's a big name, but you can see now what's really happening. I think
our two players, when they came in, the detriment to our style of football was we'd been playing with basically one guy up front, and the two players we brought in weren't match fit. So that wasn't on our manager. They're playing the way they can play now, simply because they've got up to match speed and they've got used to our style of football. That's it in a nutshell. The two players that they brought in were names, but they were never ever setting the head on fire with any team that they played with, which was why Celtic got them in the first place.
Mm-hmm. I agree 100%. 100%. And I think that's the difference. I think that is the difference between us and them. Is
on the other hand, if we brought those two players in and they were match fit at the time, Would we be higher up in the league? Of course we would.
We'd be challenging for the league.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So we were unlucky in the sense that when we brought them in, they weren't match fit.
Yep.
Well, can I take your first point round the panel, yeah?
Sure.
Yeah, alright. I mean, I've got a lot of respect and time for Lee Wallace, the man, but I don't think he's the greatest left back we've ever had.
No.
He's been a great ambassador for the club, but and I was really pleased that he got that response for the crowd. He'll be a guy that will always wish the best, but I think if we want to move on, we need to shake hands with Lee Wallace, thank him for his efforts. He'll always be welcome at the club. He'll always be welcome at all the supporters do. And we move on, and that's football. Bridgeman, then Fox could come in on that if you don't mind. Bridgeman, then Fox.
Yeah, Lee Wallace he's been a stalwart for our team since we got thrown down to the bottom tiers of the game, and for a couple of seasons we were under Lee McCulloch, and then Lee Wallace took over, and he's been nothing short of tremendous for us, dragging us through that time. And it got to the point, something's happened, we don't know, it's never been opened and opened up, and something's happened after the cup final, and we don't know what it is. He's been out of favour, but he's been injured as well, I must say, so we don't know whether it was just an injury. But we know the history now, you know what's going on. I doubt very much if Lee Wallace will ever play for us again, but no doubt he was a good servant to us, and he wasn't the worst left back we've ever seen, but he wasn't the best left back we ever had either. But for taking us through and for sticking with us, I take my hat off to him and I thank him with everything I've got. Thank you very much, Lee. I don't know whether Rangers will think about giving a special match for him or something like that. I don't know. What do you call the ones you get for because it's on the tip of my tongue, I can't get it out. Testimonial. But it would need to be a kind of mini one because he hasn't hit the 10 years. But he'll not be far off it. But I doubt very much if it will happen. It's just we will part. I think we'll part ways now. I said last night that if the man is up, always everyone's up to the manager. The manager sees anything in him and thinks he wants to play him again, then obviously we need to go with that and hope that he does it right and give him an extension to his contract. Because there are a few boys on here thought it would be worth it, an extended contract for another season. Personally speaking, I think that was just a chance to give him the time and let him say cheerio to the fans, or the fans say cheerio to him, or both. But he's certainly got a rousing reception.
A great gesture. Fox, any comment?
I can't add much to what Bridge says there, but can I take up his other point about Defoe and Stephen Davis? Look, he had to take a gamble when he brought them in January. I think they were fit, but weren't match fit, and the only way you get match fit is playing. And I think he thought that the run of games that he had coming up at this, just after the new year, or after the international break, I should say, that we maybe have enough talent out there, fit enough to get us through a few games to get them up to match speed. Unfortunately, that never worked for us. But we're now seeing the benefit, because if we hadn't brought them in and got them up to match speed, they still wouldn't be playing to this day. So it was a gamble that the manager decided to take. Unfortunately, as I say, for us, we went through a run of results that weren't very good for us. But we're now seeing what they can do. And hopefully next season we'll see the mayor of Jermaine Defoe and Steve Davis the way we'd hoped when we first signed them.
I mean, I could not agree more. That's exactly what I'm saying. I think we've bought the better players compared to them across the road. When the league started, I wasn't expecting to win it. I just wanted to get to a certain level where we would show them that, you know what, we're well back. We're well back. We're up, and there's no. I don't think they're going to get 9 in a row. I think this is exactly the kind of players that we need to show them that, you know what, although they weren't match fit, to begin with. But they're the kind of players that are going to ensure that these clowns aren't going to go and win the league next season. I think even if Lennon gets the job next season, or if another manager comes in, there's still that kind of transition of trying to teach the team new formations and new tactics. They're in a very difficult stage just now, and it's only beneficial to ourselves. Jermaine
Defoe
and Davis. Yep.
All right. I made some interesting points there. I'll take it round the panel and let them have a go at answering them. Yeah? Is that all right with you, mate?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, all right. Stardog, you still there, mate?
I'm still here, buddy.
You get and check that boy, make sure he's not biting his toes.
Oh, he'll never do that again, Ox. I can assure you in that.
Who taught him that one? Was it your missus?
Well, it's definitely not me. That's what I can't do. He's doing that for.
Right, so Aldo's made some interesting points. Any thoughts?
Aye, just on the Davis and Defoe one. I know for a fact, and I think yourselves know as well, there was a couple of clubs sniffing about Defoe. He hadn't played a lot of football this season, and I don't think these boys were at a stage where it mattered about the club, it mattered about the football and how much game time they were going to get, because they're getting to the end of their careers now. And I think had we got them on earlier on in the season, which is all our butts and babies, we would have been better off. But I think they have come in and they've had a run of games, they've really improved us as a team, and I think that we're a better team with them in there. And I hate to say it because I love Alfredo Morelos, I do love him, but we're a better unit without him than we so we are. But that doesn't mean to say I would get rid of him. I would find a way to fit him in there because I think he's a good enough player, and I think we've definitely got money's worth out of him. But going on to Davis and Defoe, I think they've been superb, and I think they've got a big part to play in the last 3 games of the season.
All right. Boswell, you still with us, mate?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, you get any thoughts on the 2 cultured players that you would appreciate?
Oh, Stephen Davis and Jermaine Defoe. I mean, Jermaine Defoe was a 5th top scorer in the English Premier League or something like that. Top player.
High up?
Yep.
But I first want to take your point about Lee Wallace. Lee Wallace, let's not forget, there's no charity involved here. Lee Wallace was very well remunerated by our club at a time when there wasn't a lot of money washing about to remunerate Lee Wallace. So he didn't play for Rangers for nothing.
Correct.
And I think that it was the situation after the Celtic game last season with him and Kenny Miller that kind of caused the problem with Graham Murty, and who knows what happened in that dressing room. For one, certainly don't know, so I'm not going to make any point on that. But I thought what the fans' reaction on Sunday, I thought was a typical Rangers supporters' reaction, thanking someone for their loyalty and just being a Ranger. And that's what Rangers supporters do. That's why we are respected throughout the world as a support, is because we behave like that. We behave in a courteous and proper and mannerful way. Jermaine Defoe and Stephen Davis, who knows what happens there, but I think that certainly Stephen Davis, I thought on Sunday was different class, and Jermaine Defoe really ran that Aberdeen defence ragged. So
his movement was excellent.
He was different class. He was different class on Sunday, and he's just. I think he's just, as the games have come on, I think he's got better and better after every game. And Stephen Davis too, bit disappointed at the start, and there was talk on here about whether he would get another contract for next season. I don't think there's any doubt the two of them will be back for 3 seasons. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Anyway, I think actually Stephen Davis has got 2 years left in his legs. That's what I think.
So, Briggs?
I think so, yeah. I think he's worth 2 years. I watched him particularly watched him in Sunday there. What a wonderful player. His poise, everything about him is just great.
We're just saying that Sunday, Bridge, he plays with his head up all the time.
Absolutely.
He's a class act. He's a class act.
I agree with that.
We've got another caller. How are we doing, caller?
I am doing fine, gentlemen. How are you?
How are we doing, Big Al?
Not bad. First off, I'd just like to thank Lee Wallace for everything he's done for our club. He was paid highly, but he's certainly a gentleman. So I would just like to thank him. Lee, if you're listening, all the best in the future, big man.
I think he'll go with everybody's high regards, but
he has to. He has to because he's a level of character I think that we need about the club. Unfortunately, maybe his age is catching up with him, and he certainly isn't what we need going forward for winning league titles. But I wish him all the best to the bottom of my heart. Setting the point, we're talking about Stephen Davis and Jermaine Defoe and all this. Too little, too late, boys. They had to get up to speed. They should have been up to speed when they came in. Last 3 games, meaningless games of the season. Granted, the last 4 games have been playing well, but when it counted, they weren't up to speed. I don't know whose fault that is. That's obviously
it's a club's fault. They played
and Bright. Pardon?
It's a club's fault. They weren't getting any game time with Bournemouth or Southampton. The other one is
that's what I was just going to say to you, buddy. I'm not blaming Brighton or Southampton, but they came to 2 clubs that they weren't getting game time. They come into a team when at a point we really, really needed legs. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they'll still have the legs to carry us through into next season. I wouldn't imagine they'd be playing every single game next season. So I think we have to pick and choose. I don't know about the 2 of them if I would give them a contract, because a few weeks ago, I mean, there were a few people saying, well, I don't think Davis or maybe Defoe, but now they played a couple of good games, and meaningless games, by the way, and they performed. So is that what we're judging them on? We just need to wait till next season. We obviously shop in a market that's very difficult for us to get quality players, so I'm just wondering if they have got the legs to carry on. They're getting a wee bit older. And just another thing I was wanting to say, it was just about Steven Gerrard in regards to Lafferty, Grezda and Borna Barisic. I believe he didn't like the attitude of the players. Would I be correct in saying that, gentlemen?
Yep.
That's the feedback we're getting.
Yeah. Aye. He's the man that brought them in. How was that attitude no looked at? Proper due course, proper diligence before they brought these types of players in. It's just, to me, it's a big, big waste of money.
See the character, man. You get away with anything in a football club within reason, as long as you're doing it on the park. These issues don't become an issue till you're not doing it on the park.
No.
But if you're spending if you're spending big money on them and they don't come in and they're up to the standard, then that is a black mark against our manager.
That's what I'm saying.
Al, you're right. Well, you're absolutely right.
It just grates me a bit. Like we're still financially in the bottom tier of European football. And we're away spending, I don't know, how much is Lafferty a wage a week? 10 grand, 15 grand. The other 2 wouldn't they be far off that as well? Plus the transfer fee, you're talking a good 5 million quid. You know what I mean, overall, and then I don't know what that is carrying through over another couple of seasons. I don't think Eros Grezda is going to leave Rangers and get the same amount of wages and the same kind of contract, same deal for any other club. I mean, if he leaves Rangers, he's gone back to some third world country, developed world country team. He's not going to Real Madrid, or he's not going to Borna Barisic. I can't see him. He'd be going back to that Aussie check, if anything, you know. So we really need to look at that for next season. I'm happy with Defoe and Stephen Davis at this moment, but they're playing in meaningless games. It really counts when we're in the nitty-gritty of league titles.
See, I don't
know if they'll have the legs.
Every game means something to us, mate. There's no such thing as a meaningless game. No such thing, mate.
Aye, there is, mate. We've not won the league.
There's no.
Games are like training games.
There's no.
How would they not?
You can't say that.
Can I say something in defence of? Can I say something? If I can say something in defence of the signing of Lafferty, Gerrard came up to Scotland and he was trying to figure out how I'm not necessarily saying that Gerrard didn't understand the Scottish League, but he came up here and he gave a kind of quick whip about what's happening here. He's seen somebody laugh at it. He's scoring goals against Celtic for fun, right? We need to sign this guy. He knows how to scare. He's not scared when it comes to Celtic. We need to challenge Celtic for the league. Let's bring him in, see how he gets on, right? And he brought him in. Wasn't necessarily happy with bringing him in, but he did try and use him as an example of making Rangers a better team, because he knew how to play against Celtic. I don't think
Did he play against Celtic?
Lafferty. I'm talking about when he never played for Rangers. When he wasn't playing for Rangers, he was scoring against Celtic. He used. Sorry.
He started the first game.
Aye. So I think it's also a good example of how Gerrard looks at things. He's came up here. He's tried to figure out the Scottish League, and he's seen players going against Celtic. He's not only going against Celtic, but people who have played for Rangers before, who know what it's like to play for the badge. That's the kind of people he was trying to bring in to begin with. So I don't think it's a bad thing. Obviously, in the long run, it hasn't worked out, but he was going about it the right way, in my opinion. I don't think Lafferty was necessarily a bad signing, as I said, although he's not doing what we need him to do. I don't think he's good enough for Rangers.
Can I come in there, Stuart?
I'll come to you, JFK. For me, Lafferty burnt his bridges as soon as he was on the front pages and not the back pages. Yeah. When you go, JFK?
Yeah.
Well documented here for me. Lafferty was one of the worst signings ever made. One of the worst signings the Gaffers ever made, for the simple reason is we brought him in when he was cup tied, and we played. I know, harping on the League Cup semi-final when we lost Fred, and we had Big Sadiq up front. He brought in Lafferty, and he was cup tied, so he couldn't play in any cup games. And Lafferty, like Oxyar said, he'd burnt his bridges with us as far as I'm concerned, and all this badge kissing and the big Ulsterman, whatever it is, he comes from Northern Ireland, doesn't wash with me. You know, he was getting plenty of bucks for his before, he was getting plenty of bucks when we brought him in, chased him out the door. We should never have bought him in the first place. So I'm all for this bringing a player in that wants to play. I agree with what Al was saying there. You know, I was one of the biggest critics of Defoe and Davis, but they have now found their feet, and it's good to see. And that's where I agree with Al. No, and there is meaningless games. Some of the games that they performed in were meaningless, and the fact is that the league was gone. We can all see that.
That's what I'm talking about, Jimmy. That's what I'm talking about. But that's the way I'm meaning it. It might come across a bit brash, but that's what I'm meaning.
Yeah.
The league, the cups, they're gone. That's all I'm saying. I didn't
but he was telling us, you know, something different for the heart, Al. You're right, you know, but you're right what you're saying. Some of the games were meaningless, and I know what Al was saying. I mean, like, no game for Rangers is meaningless, but they are. You know, it's all right going to see Rangers. You know, I mean, I'm old enough to go to see Rangers when we were getting crowds of 10 and 11,000, when they were meaningless games, and we'll never be back there again. So, guys that Lafferty are just sponging off for Rangers as far as I'm concerned, so get rid of them. Own Big Lee Wallace. Own Big Lee Wallace. Hold on a minute,
Sorry.
Hold on a minute, mate. You had the flair for a wee while, so let me
start. Let him finish, yeah.
It's no me, mate.
Oh, who was it? Sorry, mate. Sorry.
On Lee Wallace, you know my feelings on that. I was pleased to see the reception he got. I would, as a squad player, keep Lee Wallace for next season, as long as it was a wage that was manageable by the club, because I think it's a position we're really short in. And saying that, the boy Flanagan's performed great for us in the last few games, which I'm pleased
I wouldn't need JFK.
Well, I know it's all about opinions, mate. I'm just saying, as a squad player.
I would shake hands. I would deal.
Well, fine. That's great, you know. And if he goes, fine. I wouldn't be too bothered about that. But Barisic is gone for me. And there'll be a lot of other deadwood. Gresda will go, Barisic will go. I'm not going to look at that team that I named before as full squad 11 and put them in the formation. They will go. As for Big Lafferty, I 100% disagree that because he knew how to beat Celtic, he can't even beat Sleep, the big guy, so he's just Tatty Bogle for me. That's my wee rant. But I agree with Vic.
Tatty Bogle. Tatty Bogle. You come up with some good ones there at GFK.
It is good night for him.
Yeah, I know.
I tell you what, Bridgeman, they talk a different language south of the Barton Road.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm not kidding on. It's frightening. It's frightening, listen to him. Can I just say, if you don't mind me butting in here, can I just say, you know how I feel about Lafferty, not just Lafferty himself, but I'll say it again, and I mean it sincerely. Do not do any business with any Scottish club, please. Done.
Can I just break in there? Can I ask the boy that phoned in there, the Twitter guy, the staunchest, to send a friend request to Rangers Radio so I can bring him in?
Well, this will be interesting. We can put a voice to the staunchest. Where were we?
I come in there, Ox.
Aye, on you go, Boaster.
On Defoe and Davis, I would agree with Big Al. If you look at it, they were brought in when we went level with the Puddles in December. They were brought in to push us on, trying to keep us up there. That didn't work. That's been a failure. Yes, they've played the last few games and they've been coming on to a bit of a game, but that's not what they were brought in for. These games, as Al says, they are meaningless. Yes, we want to win them. We always want to win, but we're not going to win the league, guys. They were brought in to try and push us on, to try and have an attempt at winning the league. So in that sense, it's failed. Al's right when he's talking about, and we know we've spoken about it many a time, on the actual money that Stevie G spent. We're talking about the big bucks that he spent. We've had no return apart from Katic and Goldson. The other 3 or 4, no, they haven't worked at all. So that's a big bit of money when we don't have money. So this time, the players he's talking about bringing in quality, they have to have done due diligence on them because they have to be present starters. And if that doesn't work, then it's Stevie G that's going to be up against it.
But
could I just come in for 1 second?
On you go, Al.
Sorry, Ox. It's just I need to go and drop the kids off at school.
All right, mate.
I don't think Gresda and Barisic will be gone because if he sells them or the club sells them, I think he'll lose his face. I think they'll still be there next season. And if they are, I hope to God that they perform, they pull up their socks, they toughen up, and they play for us in the first teamers. But I can't see that either. But I don't think he's going to get rid of them because he's made these signings. He's no one to lose face over these signings. That would be highly embarrassing if you bring 2 guys in, and then the next again season are gone. What does that say about his management? That's other people looking at him, saying, well, you picked 2 players, the 2 players haven't performed, so you've chucked them on the scrap heap. I think they'll still be there next season. I can't see and who's going to buy them? They'd have to go in loan. It'd be like a Herrera or a Pena, just a total embarrassment to him. So I don't think they will leave the club next season. Anyway, look, guys, thanks again. Great show. And take care of yourselves. I need to go.
Cheers, big man.
Thank you.
Blue Star, the thing about signings is you do your due diligence. You say, right, he comes with good stock. He's never getting booked. He doesn't get suspended. That's good. He's never unfit. That's good. Ticking the boxes. We hear he's a nice guy. Alfredo Morelos, then he starts playing in Scotland and people are trying to kick him and punch him and then he reacts and people are saying he's mad. But you look at his record before, it didn't send that message to you. And also you've got the blender. Somebody might be a decent character, might be quiet like JFK, walks in a changing room and it doesn't work for him. He doesn't fit in.
That's right, but if you've only got, say, 5-6 million to spend, we don't know how much he's got, but say he's got 7 million to spend.
The anomalies are still there where you buy 7 £1 million players or 1 £7 million player.
That doesn't matter,
Every one of
Ox.
them's a gamble.
Of course they are, but at the same time, if you're talking about bringing in 3, what you classify as the 3 quality players, which is what he is talking about, then he has to make sure he's got to be 100% sure for this coming season that they 3 players that he brings in, if he's talking about spending money on and they don't work, then the guy's out the door. Simple as that.
Never work. It's no Football Manager, mate. Fox, you're a great man of looking at that team across the city. It's as if they've never signed anybody. It's no flop. There's dozens of them, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely loads, mate.
Loads and loads and loads. Absolutely.
They went through a real load of signings through Ronnie Delia, Brendan Rodgers, and they ended up about 9 of the team were already there in the last Old Firm game. So it just shows you they had loads, mate. Can I just ask the Staunches to phone back in again?
Can you say that again, Fox? He might not have heard you, pal.
Just at the Staunches, if he would phone back in again.
Well done.
Ox, what I'm saying is, if he brings in 2 or 3 players this time, which he's saying he's gone, he's looking for high quality, you and I would have to think that he's already seen these players. He knows exactly who he wants. What I'm saying is, we all know when you bring a player in, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. That's common sense. But what I'm saying to you is, if he's talking about bringing in quality, then he thinks he's bringing in players that he's already seen that have been over the course. Yes, they still might not work. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, coming up to now for next season, the players that he brings in that he's talking about putting into our first 11, within reason, he's got to be 100% sure that they are going to work. Because that's what we're needing. And if they don't work, then we're really up against it. Because what we've got now isn't good enough to win the league next season, Ox. That's fact. We need better.
You'll never be able to guarantee 100%, mate. No way.
I know that. But what I'm saying to you is, he's got to be as sure as he possibly can be. You're not telling me he went for Barisic and Gresta.
I don't think they were his signings.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Ox. There's no way they were his signings. It couldn't possibly have been.
Hey, you've got a new caller, Jim, in the call.
How you doing, guys?
How we doing, Jim? How we doing, mate?
I'm not bad. Listen, just on the signing side, I see that Chris Jack's tweeting that there's a possible move via loan for this Andre Gray. And in the Evening Times on their Twitter feed right now. He's just actually broke it.
I seen that this morning.
I've seen that today, aye.
It's Andre Gray that was with Brentford, wasn't it?
I think the boy was
They sold him for 7 million odd or something like that.
I think he went to Burnley, then he's at Watford.
I think he went to Burnley.
That's what he went to Burnley for 7 million quid or something like that. And he moved to Watford for over 10 million, I think. However, I could be wrong. That was Warburton's player.
Yeah.
Again, another loan signing there.
Well, I think he's on very, very high salary. So I doubt very much if we're going to cut the mustard with that one.
Maybe if we move a few of the bridge magnets, mate, we can throw a few bridges towards the
I got your sell, yeah.
What's on your mind, Jim?
No, it was just when I seen that breaking game and just heard a few of the boys talking about transfers and whatever else.
Can I ask you a question, Jim?
Yes, go for it.
Did you see the story that Hibs are eyeing up young Greg Doherty?
Yeah, I seen that, aye. Would we deal with him or what?
They can look all they want.
No, I'm just saying, Jim knows how I feel about it. For sure, I wouldn't for me, but there are some Rangers fans saying that bridges need to be built, and that may be one of the ways to do it.
I see John Rossiter get promoted tonight with Bury as well, so well done to him as well.
Oh aye, well done to Rossiter. He's been doing them. He's got stuck in and done the business.
Does anybody think that young Doherty, just keep it brief because we've not that long to go, does anybody think he'll be back playing the blue jersey next season? GFK?
I don't think he'll be back.
One word, no.
No.
I don't think so either, Jimmy. I think you're right.
No. Aldo?
Nope.
Starberg?
I don't, mate, no.
Alright. Blue Star?
Yeah, I do. I think he'll be in my squad, yeah.
Alright.
Did you not think on Sunday there when he broke Kent back on. I thought he knocked the balance in the team all over the place by the way, Sunday.
I thought for parts of the game, Jimmy, I thought for parts of the game he was absolutely outstanding in parts of the first half. But once again, but once again, with his final pass, seemed to the balls that had dribbled over, and the man managed to get a foot in. He just lost that wee at the last second of the game, like his routine, you know. I thought he had that boy.
I thought we lost the shape that they had the last few weeks. I just thought it could have knocked the balance of the team a wee bit.
I thought what I saw on Sunday was some of the best football I've seen this season. I thought they were outstanding for most of that game. And most assuredly, our manager's statement at the beginning of the season that Rangers were a different class, a class apart for Aberdeen. That proved that on Sunday for sure.
Yeah, this one-dimensional Aberdeen, isn't they, man? They just want to punt.
Oh, wow.
Terrible, man.
As Oxford said at the start of the programme, they could get fit by Stokes. It was really
terrible. I've only seen one team worse than him, and I would say it's Hearts. I can't believe how bad that Hearts team are.
By the way, when you look at Levine, you look at McInnes, mate, it's the mentality, the way they want to play the game, it's driving punters away from it. Look at Hearts, look at the empty seats. They just qualified for the Scottish Cup final and their run was half empty. Aberdeen couldn't sell their allocation, I think, on Sunday. Am I right when I say that, GFK? You were not that far away from the opposite end of the park. I don't think their section was full.
Nah.
Just want to watch that.
Nah, nobody wants it. I mean, and even like the Bridgeman said that, even looking at some of the other games that you see, you know, big empty gaps in the stands and all that, you know.
Unbelievable.
And the same as the puddle drinkers there, you know, the team that's supposed to be going to maybe win the league this season and try to commemorate people who they all revere, and there's big empty gaps in their stand. They're all falsies, guys. You know, the puddle drinkers are all, I nearly said the bad word to get his banned there, but they can't even fill their stadium. We always will, and it's all follow for us, but and Hearts are a really poor team. I've got to agree with you. They're really, really bad, you know. And
there's actually gaps between their ears and all, mate.
Oh, I know, mate. They can't fill their stadiums, no, but we fill ours, and they also fill theirs. So there you go.
We've filled their stadiums since day one. We've always done it. We've always been there. When we were relegated to the lower leagues, we filled the stadiums. That's just who we are. We're a true support. We don't show up to win the league. We don't show up to hope for the best. We show up because we support our team. I think we've got a different class when it comes to football. We've got a class that nobody else can. I don't think they can even understand. I mean, I think any other team, if it happened to any other team, whether you're relegated or whether your team's doing badly, Rangers. I mean, let's face it, we're a cut above the rest.
Did anybody get a ticket for Kilmarnock on continuous credit? I know they can do with them.
Can I just say, guys, there's somebody in the lobby, one of the boys in the lobby, saying that the Hibs game's sold out. Yeah? That's it, sold out, totally gone.
Yeah, they're playing well. They're playing well, Hibs, aren't they?
Yeah, they are indeed.
I think that guy's got to play a lot of good football, I think.
They've won, 8 out of 9?
I think Celtic's the only team that's beat them in the cup. I think that's the only game they've lost, I think.
Yeah. It'll be a tough game on Sunday for sure.
Oh, it'll be a good game.
We need to play this. We need to play the same as we're playing, as at this moment, the way we're playing. Whether we bring Morelos back in or whether we don't, whether we drop Kent and bring Candias back in, whatever we need to do, we need to play the top of our game because it's going to be a tough one for sure.
Anyway, Bridgeman, believe it or not, we've reached that time of the evening.
Hey guys, I'm going to say good night. I'll maybe catch you on tomorrow.
Cheers, Jim.
Cheers, Jim.
See you later, guys. Cheers. Good night.
Can I just say, what a night, what a marvellous evening. Great discussions about football and wonderful comments from the lobby and from the guys in here. Really good stuff. Very funny. So can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, in particular Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one of us, please keep thinking and keep going for the Rangers. Keep it going, because we need us.
Can I thank Aldo, Stardog, Bridgman, Fox, JFK, Blue Star, of course the Global Ambassador, Boswell, and Jim, who joined us at the end. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11, talking about all things Rangers. Once again, thanks to Old School Blue for doing the technicals in the background. See you tomorrow. Take it away, Fox.
There were cheers from the crowded congregation as the light blues emerged beneath the stand, to the sound of the very latest music that was played by the Government Borough Band. The excitement was tense, the game was starting as the Rangers kicked off amidst the roar. For the yells and shouts were just terrific when the one and only Glasgow Rangers scored. We'll support no other team but Rangers and follow wherever they may go. So drink a toast to Glasgow's football heroes who play in red, white and blue and Dunbar go. The excitement was tense, the game was starting as the Rangers kicked off amidst the roar. For the yells and shouts were just terrific when the one and only Glasgow Rangers scored. We'll support no other team but Rangers and follow wherever they may go. So drink a toast to Glasgow's football heroes who play in red, white and blue and Dunbar go. Who play in red, white and blue and Dunbar go.